If you watch every night, like the guys at SCI Huntington, apparently, you probably know that we've been on this New York CEO murder for days and nights on end. But there is other news that has kept right on happening and other big stories that we've been following, mysteries that remain unsolved. And here's one of the biggest: the disappearance and alleged murder of Suzanne Simpson by her husband in Texas. There are now, apparently, authorities say, DNA samples belonging to Suzanne found on a motorized handsaw belonging to that husband, Brad Simpson. A handsaw that he allegedly tried to hide when police came looking for Suzanne. And this comes from a newly unsealed indictment. It goes a long way towards solving at least one of the mysteries in this case. Why was Brad charged with Suzanne's murder more than a month ago before police even had a body? And P.S., they still don't have a body. The real estate agent and mother of four hasn't been seen alive or in any other manner since a neighbor saw her in a physical fight with Brad on October 6th, right before she vanished. I'm joined once again by Sig Christenson, investigative reporter for the San Antonio Express News. Sig, there's been so much evidence already. I mean, you know, video of him driving around with all this incriminating stuff in the back of his flatbed, you know, tarps and bleach and all sorts of things being purchased. But this seems to me, DNA, Suzanne's DNA on the handsaw, this seems to me to be the most incriminating. Am I wrong?
It doesn't look good, but we don't know what kind of DNA it is. So is it a fingerprint, or is it perhaps something more, blood or bone, things that you could expect to show up like that if it were used in a crime. And so we don't know, and I don't even know what kind of power saw that is, and I would really be interested in knowing that, because that would tell you something about uh, what he was doing with it. And we don't know why he concealed it, but he concealed that power saw as well as an automatic weapon. He did not want the authorities to find those things, and he concealed them after those guys started their investigation.
Did that make a difference for the family members of Suzanne? I mean, they were so muted about their reaction to Brad's arrest. But now, hearing about DNA on a buzzsaw, did that change the equation for them?
I doubt it. One of the interesting things from early on is that one of his brothers was basically begging him to come clean about what happened. It's as if they made an assumption off the bat that he did something wrong. And that raises a lot of questions for me. You know, was he a problem before this? And who knew about that if he was? I mean, their reaction was indeed muted. It wasn't shocked. They weren't defending him. It was almost as if maybe they weren't surprised.
So he appeared in court this week, I guess on December 9th, not looking particularly great. And he's supposed to appear next Thursday. What's the appearance on Thursday about?
That's going to be a bond modification hearing, from what I understand. It'll be very interesting to see where the judge goes with that. There's also a request from Simpson's attorney, his court-appointed attorney, to throw the indictment out because he says it's too vague. I don't know what will happen. It's impossible to predict what the judge will do, but he did inject a gag order, which applies to the police, prosecutors, and witnesses. And those are all people, by the way, who haven't been talking anyhow. So I'm not sure that really moves the dime very much. It may have just been something he did as a formality. But the judge seems to be indicating that he's going to run a tight ship here.
I dare say that, you know, the missing wife's DNA on the handsaw is not going to speak well to modification of bond in a first-degree murder or even a second-degree murder in a death penalty state. Sig, keep an eye on it for us. I so appreciate your updates. Thank you for this tonight. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.